Thanks for tuning in to the Drew Deeks channel here, folks. Today we're going to be talking about Jonathan Drouin. I did title this video Breakout or Bust. I don't think many of us think that Jonathan Drouin is going to have a bust of a season, but I am surprised that more Montreal Canadiens fans are not talking about how important this season is for Jonathan Drouin. I'll get into the reasons why I think this is such a huge season for him, but before we do, let's quickly talk about the player. Joe was drafted 3rd overall by the Tampa Bay Lightning in the 2013 NHL entry draft, and Steven Stamkos, captain of the Tampa Bay Lightning at the time, said that Drouin was going to be a stud. I think we all know at length the potential that Jonathan Drouin has as to why a lot of us have had and still have high expectations for him. The highest point total that Drouin has had in his career is 53 points, both with Tampa Bay and then again in 2018-19 with the Montreal Canadiens. Has there been an unruly amount of pressure around Jonathan Drouin? I would say no, because they know that the potential is there. General Manager Marc Bergevin signed him to a 6-year extension when they traded Drouin for Mikhail Sergachev back in 2017. Fortunately for Montreal Canadiens fans, we got a chance to see Jonathan Drouin play with Nick Suzuki in the return to play just this past playoffs, and that is where I feel like Jonathan Drouin found one of his guys, the guys that he's going to be able to rely on and play with potentially long term. All signs indicate at this moment that Suzuki will be centering a line with Drouin on the left and newly added Josh Anderson on the right. Given the potential of this line, in my opinion, this is really the make or break season for Jonathan Drouin. I feel like there's just no excuses after this season for Jonathan Drouin to not be able to perform and reach the level that the Canadiens expected he would when they traded for him. I do believe that this really is the time for Jonathan Drouin to have a breakout season, and Montreal Canadiens fans should expect the same, and I really think that Drouin expects the same out of himself. He's got Nick Suzuki at center, he's got Anderson on the right, a nice big 6'3", 222 foot-pound right wing guy that can play fast, play skilled, and then you got Nick Suzuki at center who could very well be the next Patrice Bergeron. May have to do a separate video on Nick Suzuki altogether to dive into that comparison further. We've all seen how fast Drouin is on his skates, how skilled and how talented he is, and now when you put Nick Suzuki at center, the guy that's going to be passing the puck back and forth between Drouin and Anderson, it's going to be a really interesting, really fun line to see. Anderson, all they've been talking about all training camp so far is how fast he is. This could very well be and should be, I believe, the top scoring line for the Montreal Canadiens this season. Then you insert the power play that Drouin will be a part of. You've got Jonathan Drouin, Brendan Gallagher, Tyler Toffoli, who Drouin just said has a fantastic shot on the power play, and then you got Shea Weber and Jeff Petrie on the points. To me, it just sounds like creativity galore. We didn't get a chance to see much of Jeff Petrie and Shea Weber playing together on the points. They only played 11 minutes together on the power play all of last season. So insert Drouin, Gallagher, Toffoli with those guys. I don't know. I mean, I really believe the Canadiens are going to have a much better power play this season on both units. Back to Drouin. We know that a lot of our fans are, of course, French Canadian, and they love when a Francophone player comes in, and expectations obviously shoot through the roof, but there is a reason for the expectations to be high on Drouin, as we know. We've seen the talent, we've seen the skill, and we've even seen him kind of endearing himself to the fans a little bit more too. If you have RDS, if you watch the French TSN like I do to try to cover every Montreal Canadiens game, you saw how when he was the star of the game in the last couple of seasons, how the fans gave him a standing ovation, and he even was applauding the fans, thanking them for their support, and that was a really special moment. And to me, I felt like that was a step in the right direction for us to really feel and know that Jonathan Drouin loves playing in the Montreal market. With a 56-game season against the North Division, of course, all the other teams being Canadian, what do we expect out of a player like Drouin? To be honest, I think the expectations are just high for this team in general, but if we are going to put a number on how many points we project Drouin should get to help him elevate his play and help elevate his team's play and make the team more successful as a whole, I'm going to say that Drouin should be expected to get between 30 to 40 points. I don't know if that's too high or too low, but it would be great to see Drouin get between like 15 and 20 goals, and then maybe I could really see him getting up to 40 points, to be honest with you. I think he should be closer to the 40-point mark, or at least one of the players on that line should be, because he's got Nick Suzuki and Josh Anderson on the other side. So I think that the sky is the limit for the line that Jonathan Drouin is going to be playing on. For some reason, I just had this sense that if Drouin has the breakout season that he's expected to, this won't be the only one. Next year, when we return to a full season, an 82-game schedule, I mean, Drouin could very well be a 70 to 80 point player, pending he keeps on the course and continues to build that chemistry with Suzuki and Anderson. We don't even know for sure if this is going to be the line that's going to stay together for good. We don't know that yet. All signs are promising so far, but we haven't seen them play a single game yet, so I think that we have a lot to look forward to in that regard. Stay tuned to the channel here, guys. Tomorrow, I will be posting my full 2021 Montreal Canadiens season preview with predictions. I wanted to wait until we had a good idea of what the lines were going to look like on this team for the 2021 season. So it's going to be a lot more exciting to talk about what players are going to be playing with who and how we expect each of those lines to do. Also, don't forget, guys, that I'll be doing my very best to do a post-game reaction after every single Montreal Canadiens game this season. My first season doing that. I can't wait to share this season with you guys. We're all excited about it. Montreal's made a lot of great additions. So subscribe to the Drew Deeks channel here, guys. We're going to have a lot of fun this season. Can't wait to show you the plans that I have for the post-game reaction videos. I think you're going to enjoy them. I hope you do. So subscribe, guys. Tune in, and we'll talk to you guys soon.